Okay, this is the bonus round. Actually, it's a bonus that I put in here just for playing the game. And actually, I'm trying to educate people about the kinds of things that the government and their nonprofits have available that really could change your life. And they're better than anything you're going to buy. But the problem is you don't know about them because they don't advertise. So download this report that's in this lesson and you'll see 50 organizations here that can really help you with free money, free services and everything. And there's videos there that explains how to use each of these things. And it's just great. I've been studying this stuff for like 30, 40 years now. And I've helped millions and millions of people, everything from Fortune 500 companies. That's how I started. They taught me about this stuff. Yeah, I was in Washington, D.C., downtown. I was a consultant with my MBA in computers. Yeah, and I was getting stuff for them for free. And then I'd sell it to these people, my clients, from thousands and thousands of dollars, and they'd make millions of dollars out of it. So then I said, hey, why doesn't everybody know about this? This is our government. Everybody, it's for everybody, not just the rich, it's for the average person too. This is what's great about democracy. It's for everybody. So that's right. These are 50 things I think that you'll never think about asking for that I found and put together in one package for you. Like, do you realize there's government offices that will collect money from people that owe you money? That's right. People have to write you a bad check. Well, there's government offices. Yeah, and they will chase them down and get your money for you. How would you know that? If you put bad checks or something, you're going to get all these lawyers are going to charge you hundreds and hundreds of dollars to do this. And they'll do it for free. They're free. But they don't advertise on Google, so you'll never find them. That's what I'm trying to do, is educate people about what's hidden in those Google haystacks that you get with millions and millions of websites. The real good stuff you'll never find, because you only find the websites where they're spending a lot of money to find you. Or here, there's programs that the government has. You don't have to pay your student debt under circumstances when and the government itself says, don't pay anyone to help you with your student debt. There's all these programs for free, and it's very easy to find out, and I show you how to find out, because you'll get inundated on the website. I even get phone calls, recorded phone calls all the time. Oh, my student debt, just call us. No, you don't have to. It's all public information, and the programs are public. They're going to make money showing you a government program. You don't even believe there's a government program, do it. So if you find out the first, you don't need anybody else. And that's what gives you power. Or how about a grant to buy a house? That's right. And this really down payment money. You don't get a grant for a whole house. You get a grant for like down payment money. It could be $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, up to $20,000 or more. Sometimes even 30 or so. That's grant money you don't have to pay back. And what's funny about it, some of them don't even call it grants. They call it loans you don't have to pay back. Now, who would ever know to ask about? Well, do you have any loans you don't have to pay back? Duh, yeah. That sounds stupid, doesn't it? Well, it's not, because it's government. You don't know what to ask for in the government, and that's what. Or how about also? I have a video there on how to make like $30,000, $40,000 at home part time, just because you like pets, and that's a new platform that's out that allows anybody to do this anywhere. There's a booming industry in our country now too. Or how about this? Free cars. Have you ever seen an ad for free cars? No, they want to make money out of it. Well, actually, there's nonprofit organizations and government offices or whatever that do this. Now, it's not everywhere and everybody, not here, but if you find them, it's like panning for gold. It takes work, and if you know where it is and put in the effort, you do it. So I have a video on all those organizations that show you how to get free cars. Or there, I'll even show you how to get grants for high school kids. That's right, high school kids could get grants. Or how about free grants to take a course? And this is a computer course. And there's all these kinds of courses out there. Or how about 50% off on your mortgage? You can get 50% off your mortgage, right? But again, no banker's going to tell you about it, because it comes from a nonprofit organization, and they're not making money on it, because they raise funds through their foundations and other people to give people 50% off on their mortgage. So that's why you go to the banker and they say, well, you can't afford a house in this area because you don't make enough. Well, if the mortgage is half the price, you would. But you're not going to get a half-price mortgage from Chase or somebody like that, but you will from these nonprofits. Or how about, there's an app to get your sidewalk shovel for free. How would you even know that? Well, I show you those things and where it is. Or how about this? You don't have to pay for college application fee. People going to college, or your kids going to college, man, you could pay like $50 to $100 per application. And so you're going to 10 schools you want to apply to. That's $1,000. This is a big business. They're making millions and millions and millions of dollars. At these universities. So there's circumstances where people don't have to pay. So I tell you how to do that and take advantage of that. Or how about this? How to make money in real estate without any real estate. And this is part of the shared economy and what's going on the internet and everything. You don't have to do that. And it's all categorized. I mean, this is what the cloud is great at. And I show you things like that, how to do it. Or how about this? How to get free money to pay for dental work. I don't know if you're covered in health insurance, but they say, yeah, I'm covered in dental too. But it turns out to be $1 you're covered or something like that. And you still owe $500. Well, this is how to use the internet economy to pay for that kind of dental help. Again, your dentist is not going to tell you. He doesn't know about it. He just wants to get paid. Let's see. College money from the, I'm sorry, what? I can't even read my writing here. Actually, there's colleges you could go to, the best colleges in the world, and they're a fraction of what you pay for in the normal college. And these are really around the globe, and they're all in English. So, I mean, you could go for like $1,000 a semester by the best colleges in the world. And that's a lot of plane fare, if you want to go back and forth home. And they're all in English. See, most people are all speaking, in higher education, all in English. That's why we're so spoiled in America here. The rest of the world all wants to speak English, So they're teaching, the educated people, higher education is in English. So that means you could go, instead of being nuts and paying $50,000 a year in college here, you go overseas and pay $1,000. Now that's a lot of airfare, right? So I tell you all about that. See, the problem is, I think, is that Google is creating more problems than they're solving. Sure, there's billions and billions of websites now, so somebody's got to organize on that, and they do their best. But you have to know the limitations. I mean, I got an MBA in computer science. My major was in management information systems. And so since the 70s, I've been involved in this kind of work. And that's the problem with big databases, is that you have to know the questions to ask. So most of us ask the wrong questions because we don't know the subject area that well. That's why I think people are becoming more important. So you want to find people, go to your reference librarian and ask them where are their good sources for this, because they know more about that, because other people have asked them. They already gone up that learning curve. You haven't. So you haven't stumbled in the dark for 6 months yet or something, try to find the real good stuff. And what we'll do is go on Google, and we'll find all the people want to charge money for that, and we'll say, gee, we think that's our option, and if we have money, we'll give them money, and if we don't have money, we say, I guess I can't do that. And that's wrong. You don't have to do that. See, because there's people out there giving it out for free. It takes work. You have to dig it out. But you also have to know the questions to ask. You can't ask for a grant. You know why? Okay, you want free money. Okay, so I'm going to put in a grant, you say, to get us free money. Well, if you're looking for a grant from the government, you're missing 80% of the free money that the government gives out. That's right, 80%. Only 20% of the free money they're giving out is called grants. The rest is called other stuff. It's called direct payments, it's loans you don't have to pay back, all this kind of stuff. So, so the average person doesn't know that. So we don't find it. We don't even, and it's called different things. So really, when you're doing things, I think one of the key things to remember when you're looking for help, just put in generic words like, paying for college, or just don't put in grants, or you think you know what to put in, because we don't. I don't, even. And when you go to websites, okay, here's one thing. Only look at .org, O-R-G, or .gov, .gov. If you go to .coms, then they want your money. And 99% of the internet is .coms because everybody's using it to try to get money from everybody else. Yeah? So that means you're missing the free stuff. So unless you really know your subject area well, there's some .coms that give away free stuff and everything, but it's best in the beginning not to even go there. You'll run into it later and run into the good ones. Because if you contact a .com, they're going to have a pitch down that is so good because they practice this every day on hundreds of people every day. What should they say to get your money? And you're going through this the first time, you're not armed well enough. It's like, a high school player, going into the Super Bowl. He plays football, but that's a different football. So you don't even get in that game. Don't get in that game at all. And if you stay out of that game by just going to .gov, G-O-V, or .org, O-R-G, and forget all the rest. And then start talking to people. You talk to, use people that you run into. So you run into a .gov or a .com or whatever, search around their website if they don't have a, and contact them by email, by phone or whatever. Say, hey, where would you suggest that I contact for this? Because they're in the business somehow. They've been in the area of expertise for maybe years or decades or whatever, as long as and you're just in it for the first time, maybe 20 minutes now. So these people could dig down in their experience and pull, hey, these are the 3 websites that I think do the best. That's what you need. You don't need going and finding 40 million websites. You need just 3 or 4 to start with. And then you look at them. And then you go from that and you contact them. Well, hey, you don't have exactly what I have, but who do you think does? See, because we have so much information, everybody thinks they just have to go on Google and get it. And no, because your life is going to stop. And you can't go forward unless you really know how the existing system. Google's great, but you have to know exactly what you're looking for. Because if one of those people you talk to says, yeah, you better go to the free, or the Google Aggie Maka website, and they spell it out for you, then you could find that. You won't find it in like putting in free grants or something like that. You won't, but you know the name, and then you could get it right on the nose, and then find all about it that way. And that's the power. That's the power of the information society we have now. But most of us, aren't trained to use it that way, or don't see the limitation. It's frustrating. How many hours and hours and hours you pay going around in Google circles and getting nowhere, still not finding it. It's because the free people are all spending tons of money advertising to try to get your attention, and the people who give it away for free, not the free people, the people who want your money, spend lots of money. That's why they have to pay for spending money on the advertising. So they're spending a lot of money in order to get your money. That's why you see only them. And the people who give it for free, they don't spend any money. So you have to find them. So you could really do a heck of a lot more in life if you realize those basic principles and use the internet that way and realize those, the downfalls of Google. It can't solve all your problems, and you have to know how to get around it. And that's it. It's all about asking the right questions.